Today there are 33 new community cases to report, all of which are in the Auckland region. While this is a high number, it's important to note that only one case is currently not yet linked to our known clusters. So virtually all of them are, in a way, expected cases, including, for example, 7 in just one household. Likewise, of the cases reported yesterday, just 1 remains unlinked to the wider outbreak at this point. It's also clear there is not widespread transmission of the virus in Auckland. I'll repeat that again. It is also clear there is not widespread transmission of the virus in Auckland. We still have roughly 3 clusters that continue to produce cases, not in an uncontrolled way, but so long as we have cases emerging, there are risks. Of all the cases reported in the last 2 weeks, only 17 remain unlinked. And of those, only a handful have been highlighted by our public health team to be of particular concern. So that's really positive. But mystery cases are still coming through. And the fact that we are finding them through surveillance and community testing rather than through contact tracing, that is what we're concerned about, because that does present risk. It means that those cases, until we find them, are out and about in the community and may be the source of other cases, or themselves have been sourced through cases we don't yet know about. Level 4 remains our best option to beat Delta and contain the virus at this stage of the outbreak. And we don't want to risk the sacrifices everyone has made and all the hard work you've put in by moving to Alert Level 3 too quickly. On that basis, and on the advice of the Director General of Health, Cabinet has agreed that Auckland will remain at Level 4 until 11:59 p.m. next Tuesday, the 21st of September. Cabinet has made an in-principle decision that Auckland will at that point move to Alert Level 3. We will continue with weekly reviews at Cabinet to confirm these indicative settings, but we wanted to give people a sense of our direction of travel. That then brings me to the rest of New Zealand. I know that for many, the risk of the rest of the country may feel low. While it's true that there's nothing to indicate that there is COVID anywhere outside of Auckland, there is still reason to be cautious. If COVID were to travel over the Auckland border, the impact of that happening in a Level 1 environment would be far greater than if a case emerged in a Level 2 environment. It would mean far greater chance of spread if it were Level 1 and a far greater chance of a return to lockdowns. Nobody wants that. It's for that reason that the Director General has recommended and Cabinet has agreed that the rest of New Zealand will remain at Alert Level 2 until Tuesday the 21st of September. Cabinet will review these settings next Monday also. As we've said many times before, we can only move down alert levels when we are sure we can do so safely and without putting people at risk. And while there is an outbreak in Auckland that continues to produce cases, there is risk. To all Aucklanders, you've done an amazing job so far protecting yourselves, your family and your community. In fact, all of your hard work is the reason that the rest of the country is safe. We owe you a debt of gratitude. I hope you know and feel that huge appreciation that we have for you and the hard work that you're putting in right now. But the cases are telling us we have more work to do. The next week will be critical in providing us with the additional assurance we need. Alongside active cluster management, we are going to continue with testing focused for now on 7 suburbs of interest. At the moment, that includes Mount Eden, Massey, Mangere, Favona, Papitoetoi, Otara and Manurewa. And I would encourage everyone in those areas to remain especially vigilant for symptoms. Testing in other suburbs may also be indicated in coming days, and we'll update you if that is the case. We'll share in our regular briefings the progress we're making on these 2 tasks. We'll also make sure that we continue to give a breakdown of cases that remain unlinked versus those that are in household contacts and relate to single families, for instance. But I also have an ask of all of you. The first is please stick to your bubble. 4 weeks into a lockdown, it might feel tempting to open up, catch up with a friend, merge households. Please treat every day of lockdown as seriously as you treated day one. It's just as important now to get us over the line. The second is stay home as much as possible. Try to reduce risk by having just one person from your household go to the shop or supermarket. And if you can, make it the same person every time. If that person is vaccinated, even better. You'll have seen from some of the locations of interest that when we do have cases who have been out in the community, they generally haven't been breaking the rules. They've been going to the supermarket, the same ones that you have been going to. Mask use and having fewer people in these places all helps, but please do reduce the risk as much as you can. The third ask is get tested, even if you have the mildest symptoms. Don't wait around to see if that stuffy nose or sore throat or headache gets better. And please don't put it down to winter chills. We know that right now there isn't much of that going round. Flu chatter in particular is showing us that. But COVID is, so please get tested. My final ask of all, of course, is to get vaccinated. We want, for instance, as many Aucklanders as possible to have had their first dose by the end of the week. If you have booked a first vaccine, but it's not till October, jump online again. You'll likely find that spots have opened up at new sites much sooner than October. Please take them. Or you could take your whānau to a drive-through vaccination centre today. No booking is needed. Every extra person who gets vaccinated this week will make a difference in keeping people safe. Even partially vaccinated people make a difference. Before I conclude, I want to share a reminder of the financial support available right now for those continuing to feel the impacts of restrictions. Auckland remaining at Alert Level 4 triggers a third fortnight of wage subsidy payments for eligible businesses, which will open for applications this Friday. A reminder that eligibility is not determined by the alert level your business is in, but rather by a drop in revenue caused by any part of the country being in Alert Level 3 or 4. As the Minister of Finance outlined on Friday, following consultation with businesses, we've also opened up another round of the Resurgent Support Payment. That round opens this Friday. This means while I know these times are incredibly tough, we have more financial support in place this time than during our last set of Level 4 restrictions. For example, over the course of a month in Alert Level 4 last year, an eligible business with 10 employees would have received about $23,000 in support, whereas this outbreak, it will be about $35,000 for the same size firm. Please don't hesitate. If you think you might be eligible for assistance, tap into what's there. Otherwise, please do look after yourselves.